All right, here we are in Good Virgin, filming my episode on my very last day at Viking Valley, where I have taken so many different messages and have learned so much from the individuals here. It has been an incredible experience, but one of the biggest lessons I learned is belief and believing in yourself, your vision, and believing in dreams that are so preposterous, so crazy, so feel like not even realistic. But you believe in it and you see it so much that you are willing to be able to put everything into it, go all in and fully commit. And yesterday I got to meet the chieftain here at Viking Valley, and he had shared with me his entire story of how he committed to 20 years. He had saw this vision in being able to create Viking Valley, what he's started now, which has become an absolutely huge place for people to be able to travel, tour. It's become one of the number one travel destinations in all of Europe, right here in good old Viking Valley. But it took him 20 years. He told me he was writing to the mayors. He went through 4 different mayors, and he was writing a letter, one letter every 3 months for 20 years. Welcome to my channel. My name is Brian Wright. You are on my journey. I'm excited to be able to have you a part of this journey of finding peace with me and getting to be able to bring you along and share some of these stories, some of the people, some of the connections, some of the things that I'm getting to learn along the way. And yesterday, getting to hear that story was enough for me to want to be able to do an entire episode on belief. How many of us could have that much of a conviction, that much of a resolve to be able to do 20 years and to be able to share with every person he met? He was so convicted on it. He would basically be able to say, I'm going to start a valley. I'm going to start a Viking village right here. He called out the spot. He called out the place. And from that point forward, he put together a community, a tribe. He put together people, and he brought them together at his own place that he had purchased. And they had all worked at it long enough to be able to continue to put together this vision of what he had seen and what he had saw. And then from that point forward, it took being able to go out and partner and connect and share this crazy, obscure concept with others and be able to see if they would be willing to believe enough in his vision and to believe enough in him to be able to make it come to life. That to me is just absolutely incredible. And so much of what I've been doing myself is believing so much so in this vision, believing so much so in what I've been able to create, the people I've met along the way, and all of the connections that have continued to come together that have allowed me the opportunity to continue to film this docuseries and to continue to travel the world and do all of these things that I myself would have never thought in a million years really possible. But once you have that vision and once you have that belief that sits that deep in you, where you can just see it, you can feel it, you just know that it doesn't matter how you're going to get there. You just know that you will. And diving all in on things like that is just, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of faith. It takes a lot of belief. How many of us could authentically look in the mirror and say that I'm willing to bet on myself 110, 120% over that other person? If anybody's going to do it, if anybody's going to achieve it, if anybody's going to set out and accomplish it, or if anybody says they're going to do it, it's going to be me. Or if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. What percentage of the time do we follow through authentically and full-heartedly with all of the things that we set out and say we're going to do? How many times do we create that plan? Do we have that vision? We have that belief, but then when push comes to shove, all of a sudden we talk ourselves out of it. We start seeing the money, we start seeing the time, we start seeing the everything else that we thought we were already over and we pushed past, but then it all just creeps right back up again, leaving you sitting there going, oh, maybe not, maybe this is too much, and we don't go through with it. How many of us have had these dreams, these beliefs, these moments where we just know, like to our core, to our heart, to our foundation, that this is what I should be doing, or this is what I know the direction I should be going in. But yet something is there holding us down. Something is there, that one piece, or maybe 3 pieces, or 10 pieces, or whatever those little incremental things are that are keeping us back. I mean, let's ask ourselves, what are the top excuses that we use for ourselves? The top excuses are the top things that have held us back or continue to just keep us where we are. And how do we believe in ourselves enough to be able to find ways to be able to work through each of those little things? Are they able to be worked around? Are you able to be able to find support to be able to help with certain things? Like, what does that authentically look like? If you were to jot down the majority of those beliefs or those excuses, like the beliefs for why you should do what you want to do versus the beliefs for why you shouldn't, what would stack up and outweigh what? And how many of you could authentically come up with a solution for each of those areas that are holding you back? And how do we make it work out as to where no matter what obstacle, no matter what it is, money, time, energy, what it is, we can find solutions to it. And I feel like when you full-heartedly commit to your beliefs, the solutions will slowly start to be able to appear and unravel without even realizing like how or why or what. And I feel like the entirety of this trip, I have had a lot of things come into place that I would have never even seen as being possible. My team, Tenzin and Mora, who I met in Nepal, and they were just on their journey of being able to start Soulscape production. And now they've come with me to be able to film on almost all these episodes. They've traveled with me all over the world, all from connecting and meeting. And they believed in me enough, and they believed in my vision, and I believed in them enough that they were willing to be able to follow some crazy American dude to Africa, to Bonaire. We were in Nepal together, but to all these different places to be able to film at all these different spots. And now to continue to keep editing and then putting together these 45-minute episodes. Just being able to meet and connect with them, being able to meet and connect with George, who has been such a huge support system. And my very first episode, who continued to believe in me and continued to share his stories with me and continued to make me feel like, you know what, this is possible. You know what, you do got to go for this. You have to be able to believe enough. That, like, belief. I believe in myself. I believe in what I'm capable of. I believe in my skill sets. I believe that even if I can't do certain things, I will find people that will help. I believe that if I have all of these weaknesses, that I can build a team and connect with enough people to be able to help me support that vision. The entirety of Viking Village was built upon a vision and a dream and gathering people that had the same beliefs, that had the same, like, wanting to be able to burning desire to create and bring this to life. When you have enough of a belief, you can inspire that within others to want to be able to create just things that would never seem possible. It takes a team, it takes a community, And a lot of the episodes that I've been filming talk about community and connection and bringing people together. And when you're able to be able to like do those certain things, that's when your belief and your vision and your purpose and your passion really starts to unravel and unfold and come together. So really, right down below, I'd really love to hear from all of you as to what is a belief or a vision or something that you really felt like you wanted to do, but maybe you didn't, or what's a belief that you are committing to, that you finally said, you know what, I don't care what the excuses are, I don't care what's holding me back, I'm going for it. This year is the year, and that's it. Like, how many of you, like, I want to hear where you're all at on your journey. I'm bringing you along on my journey and sharing with you all of my crazy episodes and all my crazy rants and rambles, and just talking freely about all of these things that I'm seeing and feeling and wanting to share that all with you. And I want to healthily build a community as to where we can all work together to be able to connect, grow, and learn from each other, and to be able to share certain ups and downs and downfalls, and just be able to connect, to be able to help us all continue to grow in the best ways possible. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I look forward to being able to hear from you all. Like, subscribe, smash, and yeah, I look forward to being able to continue to bring you on my journey of finding peace. So here we go. All right, thanks, y'all.